Is not this the fast that I have chosen, to loose the bands of wickedness, to undo the heavy burdens, and to let the oppressed go free, and that ye break every yoke? Isaiah chapter 58, verse 6. One of the first things that we have to recognize, one of the first things that God had woken me up to as a disciple of Christ, is that we're in warfare. Warfare consistently, every day, in and out. And our battle isn't with what we see with our eyes, but it's the unseen. You know, the Bible says that the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, and that we're to put on the full armor of God. So even if it seems like there's, the people that you're dealing with are the issue, or that, it may be mom or dad or friend or whatever, it's actually what's within them, the spirits behind them, rather than the front man that you're actually seeing. The bands of wickedness in that verse in Isaiah is literally coming from wickedness. And wickedness and evil are unclean spirits. The lust that we have that might seem to be kind of out of our reach. Well, we have to understand that these are spirits. That's what this is. That's what our battle is. That's the unseen battle. And these lusts can range from kind of anything, from being led to consume what you said you wouldn't do, or to committing things and acts that you're actually trying to war against, or that might be harmful for your progress in your walk with Christ. And once we recognize that we're fighting a spirit or spirits and not ourselves, the battle becomes a lot more easy, because then you realize it's not, hey, I'm doing the work, but maybe there's something else, and there is something else that's also consistently fighting me to do what I wouldn't. And every spiritual victory that I've had in my life has always included fasting, always. Whether it was smoking, whether it was hitting the dab pen, psychedelics, spilling my seed, whatever may have you, fasting will always work for your benefit. There's no downside to fasting whatsoever. And it doesn't have to be 40 days or 40 nights. God isn't asking you to be Moses or Elijah or to fast like Christ. If you're new to fasting, then start with like an intermittent fast and work your way up from there, But if we continue to fight the enemy in the flesh, then we'll always find defeat, because that's where the enemy has us. And the flesh is for the enemy. The flesh is dying day to day. Every time we wake up, the flesh is more closer to death, The Bible says that the spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak. The meat suit that we have on is gone. It has nothing to give. It has no value. So, seek God, because what's within us is what's going to be eternal, and the spirit that he gave us is eternal. So if he be for us, then who can be against us?